Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mayor's Forum of the 11th annual meeting of the Unesco Creative Cities Network. The theme of this Mayor's Forum is Culture, Urban Future, following the launch of the homonymous report in October 2016 in the Third United Nations Conference on Housing and Sustainable Urban Development, Habitat 3, and focusing on strategic contributions to the local implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. More specifically, this forum will allow to analyze the impact of the UNESCO report and follow-up activities towards a UNESCO urban network, to observe good practices from the UCCN on culture-engaged urban development policies, to leverage creative cities as laboratories to implement the 2030 agenda at urban level, and to take the UNESCO Creative Cities Network as a common voice of the creative cities for the importance of creativity in sustainable urban development, especially in what concerns SDG 11. Therefore, in this forum, we will have mayors and mayor representatives from all regions of the world, bringing their visions and experiences on how to leverage culture and creativity for sustainable urban development and sharing some of the best practices of their cities. To introduce this session and to present the Culture Urban Future report, please welcome to the stage Mr. Francesco Banderin, UNESCO's Assistant Director General for Culture.
Well, thank you very much, Pedro, and welcome back to all the mayors. I see you are very numerous there today, and I would like just to spend not very long, I'm not going to be very long talk. It's just a very short presentation of this report, which you can all have. I think there are many copies around here outside and here on the table, so try not to leave without this report. It's in many languages, English, French, Spanish, maybe Chinese is under preparation, and we have other languages foreseen. And it is the result of a very long effort that we have done at UNESCO to bring together, everything that we do concerning cities. Why cities? Well, you know that in October 2016, the United Nations system organized the Habitat 3 conference. These conferences are quite unique in their feature because they happen only every 20 years, right? So the previous one was in 1996 in Istanbul, and the previous one, the first one actually, in Vancouver in 1976. So we thought that if we had missed this one, the next one will be in 2036. So it's something that we couldn't wait for that. So we, in 2014, around that time, we decided to really focus on this conference in order to help ourselves and help all the cities now to look at their sustainable future. In 2011, I think, the United Nations announced that the world population, urban population, had now gone beyond 50%. So this is the century in which the globe, the planet, will be essentially urban, because if you look at the projections, we can see that by the end of this century, in fact, the population of cities will be 70%. Right? So this is the urban century, we call it. And therefore, we thought that this was the moment to focus on cities and see how cities can play an important role in sustainable development and how culture can represent and can be a pillar of this development. So we did some work, and I'm going to go very quickly, but I hope you will have time to look into this report. We did essentially two operations. The first one was a survey. We launched a global survey, which lasted for almost a year, to understand what was culture for cities. So we looked at heritage, how heritage came to be, urban heritage, and we looked at how culture becomes a policy for sustainable urban development. It was a very interesting activity that really led us to many discoveries. We explored the entire planet, and there are over 100 case studies just in this book alone. We found out how in the different regions of the world the historical process has determined what we call today urban heritage, and then how it is now interpreted, how it is protected, how it is used by cities for their own development, and how this integrates with other strategies of social, human, and economic development that mayors yourself may have to carry on in the different parts of the world. So there is a first block in the report, almost 100 pages, which is the first ever survey on what the meaning of culture in the historical development of cities in all the regions of the world. I think it's quite of an effort. We took about 8 teams all over the world to work for a year, and of course, a major effort of synthesis that we did at headquarters. Then the second part of the book is more on the policies. Of course, we are very conscious of the fact that you are policymakers at a local level, and of course there are policymakers at national level that look at cities as a context for culture and for cultural development and for sustainable development. So we wanted to inject in the Habitat 3 conference a very big message that culture is a fundamental tool for sustainable development. The Habitat 3 conference took place in October last year. It was a very big conference. It took place in Quito in Ecuador. It was attended by all the highest level of UN system, Ban Ki-moon, etc. were there, and all the presidents, and so it was a very high-level conference. Also because, as I said earlier, it only happens every 20 years, so people wanted to. And in that conference, of course, many other issues were looked at. They looked at population development, transportation, housing, etc. So all the classical urban development issues. But we were able, I think, to flag this, also thanks to a report, which was perhaps the most important report presented to the conference, to flag the fact that there's no possibility of escaping this, at least in our view. If you don't give culture a primary role in your development policies, it's very hard to meet the needs of the population, to understand and to meet the needs of the population, and it's very hard to find solutions that are truly sustainable and equitable. So the second part of the book looks at these policies. It looks essentially at the 3 blocks, 3 categories. We call them people, environment, and policies. People means that we try to see, and there are essays and case studies and so on that demonstrate this, how the urban development should be human-centered, people-centered. There cannot be just one standard model that applies to every situation. We have to look, first of all, what are the needs of the people, how the people also, of the population, which is of course a changing variable, behaves and interprets, its own culture. So the issue of focusing on the needs of the population first, instead of the needs of the technology or the economy is I think it was perhaps paramount also as a conclusion of the overall conference. We look at we call environment, which is not only the natural environment, but also the physical environment, and look at how cities need to be inclusive, need to be how public spaces need to be inclusive, how the scale of urban development has to be framed within this approach of the human-centered city. And then we looked at the realm of, say, grand policies, the economic development, the environmental issues, the linkages between cities and their territory, their rural-urban linkages, the financial issues, and so on. In each one of these policies, which are 12 in our case, we try to see what is the role of culture. Culture in its different expressions. Of course, we talk about heritage, we talk about institutional aspects of culture, like museums and other infrastructures. We talk about creativity a lot. We talk a lot about creativity, and you will see also the network of creative cities plays a big role. And in fact, the network has participated to the drafting of the report by presenting case studies and situations that have been reflected in the report. So we make a great link between culture and the Sustainable Development Goals, the famous 17 goals of the Agenda 2030. And as you will see in this report, there is also an attempt to somehow interact with the other dimensions that UNESCO fosters, education, science, and so on. We try to see how cities, in fact, can be a platform where many of our own sectorial activities and many of the policies that sometimes are a bit fragmented and separated can find a unitary framework. I think it is quite evident that cities and city development is going to be the challenge of the century, and we have tried through this document and this report to intercept the key features of these problematics, and also suggest to you and to policymakers ways in which culture can be represented, can be fostered, can be supported to become a real pillar of sustainable urban development. Now, because we are in a city network, I think you will appreciate this report, so bring it with you. It's also in the web, so if you don't want to bring this is 1.5 kilos of paper, but if you don't want to carry it with you, but I suggest that you also have the paper copies. But especially if you want to use it to disseminate it, it's on the web under in our website, and it's freely available, so you can pass it on to schools or whoever is interested in looking into this thing. As I said, hinted yesterday, this is of course just a beginning for us. Now, in fact, we will start with this report in our new website. We will also try to use this material, because what you have here is just maybe 5% of what we have done in the work. So we will put the other 95% in the website. There's some material and documentation. And then we will open up this website to your own contribution. So it is really something that should become a collective exercise of collecting best practices and putting them making them available to everybody, so that we can benefit from each other's experience. So that was my presentation, very short, as I promised, and really I welcome you to take copies of this and bring it with you, and most of all, read it. Thank you.
Thank you to Francesco Banderin for this enlightening introduction to some of the main ideas and fundamental pillars of this Culture Urban Future report. We will now move on to the mayor and mayor representatives' presentations, but I just wanted to highlight some aspects of how this is going to work. We will have presentations divided between groups of 6, and we asked all the mayor and mayor representatives to make a presentation of a maximum of 4 minutes, as we have fortunately a lot of mayor and mayor representatives in the room and with us today. I will call each city by name, and I will ask you also to enter from the left of the stage and leave from the right, in order we can maintain circulation that give us time to all that we need. So we will start now the presentations. I will call the first group. I will start to call the mayor of the city of Al-Hassa. Now, please welcome to the stage the mayor of the city of Belém. Please welcome to the stage also the mayor of the city of Bergen in Norway. I will call now also the mayor of the city of Denia in Spain. And finally, please come to the stage and welcome to the stage the mayor of the city of Dublin. Okay, so for each presentation, I will call each one of the mayors to come to the podium and give their 4-minute presentation. I will start with the mayor of Al-Hassa. If you please come to the podium.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I would say thank you for Mr. Philip, the mayor of this city, and his group. And I have only 4 minutes, as he said. So, Al-Hassa ancient culture heritage from the heart of the Middle East, and through 7,000 years, whereas the Canaanians and Chaldeans assist, and then the Arab settles in Al-Hassa. Al-Hassa is the largest historical oasis, palm trees in the world, and one of the largest desert in the world. We call it empty quarter, and the more important, located in the largest oil field worldwide. With the environmental and social diversity, a product, a cumulative culture, heritage, rich of the creative assistance, especially in handicraft and folk arts, looking for the effective contribution to meet UNESCO mission statement and put the creativity and culture at the heart of its local and regional sustainable development. We have in Al-Hassa city more than 10 events throughout the year. And after designation of the Al-Hassa city to the UNESCO, we try our best to highlight the craft and folk arts through these events. Given the importance of the designation of Al-Hassa to UNESCO, Al-Hassa city launched a major festival called Creative Al-Hassa Festival and Crafts and Folk Arts. The main purpose of this festival is to attract attention from public-private parties to focus the importance of the culture and the creative in the shaping of our cities and its role in sustainable urban development. The 10 days duration events include activities for more than 40 craftsmen and more than 10 types of local folk arts. More than 50,000 visitors located, more than 50,000 visitors locally, and 4 neighboring Gulf states attend to this event. A permanent site was developed as a public space with a traditionally built village to accommodate this annual event. A $6 million project, handicraft shopping center, also has been started construction to support the craft and marketing their product. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I now call the mayor of the city of Belém to come to the podium.
Good morning. A cidade de Belém, ela está localizada no coração da Amazônia brasileira.
Morning, Belém City is located in the heart of Amazonia.
E como os senhores e senhoras sabem, é a região que contém a maior floresta tropical do planeta.
As you know, Belém contains the biggest forest of the planet, tropical forest of the planet.
E como também é de conhecimento mundial, é uma região que sofre grave pressão no desmatamento dessa floresta.
And as you know too, the region suffers a lot of pressure for combat the unforested.
Dentre várias iniciativas que temos adotado, o controle e monitoramento, por exemplo, a nossa cidade de Belém possui um dos mais avançados centros de controle e monitoramento dos impactos ambientais de todo o Brasil.
Belém has the biggest center of monitoring developed system in Brazil.
E a gastronomia entra nessa condição de ser uma das alternativas criativas para a proteção da floresta.
Gastronomy is one of the alternatives to protect the rainforest.
No caso, o simples extrativismo se mostrou ineficiente no combate ao desmatamento.
The extractivism showed not to be the only or the best alternative to combat this.
Por isso, estamos desenvolvendo arranjos produtivos locais
Just a minute.
local arrangement,
Local arrangement, productive arrangement local.
locals, yes.
That they are developing to desenvolve the region.
E daí estamos trabalhando para a implantação de um centro global da gastronomia em Belém.
We are working for implement a global center of gastronomy in Belém
Que envolva as comunidades tradicionais ribeirinhas,
that involves the natives and traditional communities of the rivers,
também cientistas, as universidades,
involving scientists, academy, and productive sector,
para que, desde a extração dos ingredientes, os seus conhecimentos científicos, a sua experimentação, a interatividade global,
involving the extractivists, the academy, continue, please.
para que nós possamos, através da gastronomia, como já estamos implementando, garantir o desenvolvimento da região amazônica sem o seu desmatamento.
To prevent and to protect the rainforest of Amazonia with alternative gastronomy.
E aproveito para convidar a todos para um evento que acontecerá em novembro deste ano.
We invite you to participate in an event that will take place at November this year.
De 7 a 11 de novembro.
From 7 to 12 November.
Momento em que teremos a oportunidade de dialogar com diferentes partes do mundo e apresentar a riqueza dos temperos e da comida exótica amazônica.
It will be a big opportunity to establish a speaking with several parts of the world, showing our exotic gastronomy and insumos.
Belém tem 1,5 milhão de habitantes.
Belém has 1 billion of inhabitants.
1 million.
1 billion.
Temos...
1 million.
1 million.
Excuse.
E temos também 39 ilhas.
Belém has 39 islands.
Uma imensidão de água.
A lot of water.
Floresta.
Rainforest.
E grande calor humano para acolher a todos.
And a big hot woman to receive all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will now call to the podium the mayor of the city of Bergen.
Dear mayors, dear UNESCO representatives, thank you for this opportunity to be a part of this mayors forum. Bergen was in December 2015 honored to be designated a creative city of gastronomy and became the first Norwegian city to enter the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. As you might know, Bergen is quite strong in art and have a rich history. In the 13th century, Bergen became a Hanseatic office and a trade center for stockfish from the north of Norway to all Europe. We share the gastronomy sub-network with 17 other cities of gastronomy in Europe, Asia, North and South America, and the journey has been interesting, and we look forward to the times ahead. For Bergen, it has been important to seek collaboration, to share knowledge with other cities of gastronomy, to learn and share knowledge about gastronomy and sustainability also in concrete projects. One concrete initiative we have done from Bergen's side is to make our annual local food festival a bit more international. In 2016, representatives from Denia in Spain, Parma, Italy, and Östersund, Sweden, came to Bergen to show us the culinary traditions and gastronomic culture from their cities and countries. The cities brought local producers, chefs, and representatives that wanted to learn about Bergen and also show the local traditions. This was a great success, and the local newspapers had several articles about the international gathering. We have also another project with these 3 cities involving primary schools, tasting schools, and the mayor of Denia will elaborate more on that later. In 2017, we have expanded further and will now have an international part of the festival where we, in addition to Denia, Parma, and Östersund, will have a visit from Chengdu in China, Gaziantep in Turkey, and Rasht, Iran. We believe that in order for the creative network to function, the creative actors need to meet, and opening up the food festival to include a UNESCO part is a great opportunity. Several other cities are doing the same, and we look forward to future collaboration within the UCCN network. Last but not least, to gain sustainability in the world, I think we, the mayors, have a great and strong position in our local communities. And in Bergen, we are a city of 280,000 people, and we have university, we have strong researchers connecting to the university, and one of the things that we are doing, we are regarding ourselves as one of the seafood capitals of the world, and we really need to research more to gain more sustainability of how to produce enough food for all the people of the world, and we would like to contribute what we can do to do that. So thank you for listening.
Thank you. I will now call the mayor of Denia to the podium.
Buenos días. Denia fue declarada Ciudad Creativa de la Gastronomía en 2015 y desde nuestra incorporación a la red UNESCO hemos considerado que la educación es una herramienta fundamental para construir una sociedad creativa e inclusiva. Trabajamos día a día para construir un marco conceptual basado en la creatividad que guíe a Denia y a la comarca de la Marina Alta hacia un nuevo modelo de economía creativa y colaborativa.
Denia, as a city of gastronomy, has considered education as an essential tool to build a creative and inclusive community. We work day by day to come across with a conceptual framework based on creativity that guides Denia and Marina Alta region towards a new model of creative and collaborative economy.
En la red UNESCO las posibilidades se multiplican, surgen nuevos proyectos y nuevas miradas sobre la experiencia creativa. Pero cuando estamos hablando de un concepto abstracto como el de la creatividad, es necesario descender a las iniciativas concretas.
Within UNESCO network, possibilities and alliances multiply, and new projects on the creative experiences can flourish. But when we are talking about an abstract concept like that of creativity, it is a necessary condition to go into details with specific initiatives.
Permítanme exponerles un ejemplo. El proyecto Tasting School, Desconstruyendo la Educación, Escuelas Creativas en las Ciudades de la Gastronomía. Tasting School es un proyecto liderado por un colegio de educación primaria de Denia, Pou de la Montaña, y en el que participan otras 3 escuelas de 3 ciudades creativas de la gastronomía: Parma, Italia; Bergen, Noruega; y Östersund, Suecia. El proyecto es financiado por la Unión Europea a través del programa Erasmus+.
Let me give you an example, a project called Testing Schools, Deconstructing Education, Creative Schools in Gastronomic Cities. Testing Schools is a project led by a primary school in Denia and with 3 other schools of 3 creative cities of the gastronomy: Parma in Italy, Bergen in Norway, and Östersund in Sweden. The project has been funded by the European Union through the Erasmus Plus program.
Pues bien, Tasting School pretende mejorar las competencias básicas de los niños y niñas, especialmente en la lingüística y las matemáticas, mediante la utilización de todo el universo creativo que las ciudades creativas de la gastronomía ofrecen. Por ejemplo, en Let's Cooking, Cocinamos, se visitan los productores locales, mercados, restaurantes o fábricas de las ciudades creativas. Se colabora con los chefs de la ciudad, pero también con las familias, recuperando las recetas tradicionales. Se aprende a cultivar el huerto de la escuela.
So Testing Schools is aimed at improving the basic skills of children, especially language and mathematic ones, by using the entire creative universe that creative cities of gastronomy offer. For instance, in Let's Cooking, local farmers, markets, restaurants, or factories located in the creative cities are visited. Not only a collaboration with chefs of the cities is established, but also with the families, recovering traditional recipes. Students are taught how to grow the school kitchen garden.
Podemos poner otros ejemplos de cómo, a través de la educación, se difunden los valores de una ciudad creativa, al mismo tiempo que se aunan esfuerzos en torno a los objetivos de la Agenda 2030 para el desarrollo sostenible. Así, nuestros alumnos de formación profesional de gastronomía se encuentran en estos momentos grabando unas recetas tradicionales para Santos, en Brasil, que es, además, ciudad creativa del cine. Otro ejemplo, en enero, más de 1000 niños pasaron por nuestros talleres de alimentación saludable. Se les transmitió los valores de una comunidad que respeta el medio ambiente y la diversidad cultural, sus tradiciones y patrimonio culinario.
We can give other examples of how the values of a creative city are promoted through education, while joining efforts to achieve the objectives of the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development. Currently, our students of professional training in gastronomy are filming traditional recipes for Santos in Brazil, which is a creative city of film. Another example, just January, more than 1,000 children attended our healthy eating workshops. They learn the values of a community that respects the environment and the cultural diversity, its traditions and the culinary heritage.
Somos conscientes de la enorme responsabilidad que asumimos los representantes políticos cuando dirigimos una ciudad creativa. Es un legado que debemos dejar a nuestros jóvenes, a nuestras generaciones futuras, y tenemos que involucrar a los más jóvenes y a la comunidad educativa en esta importante labor.
We are aware of the huge responsibility that we, the officials, assume when we are managing a creative city. It's a legacy that we must pass on to future generations, and we need to involve younger people and the educational community in such an important work.
Nuestra ciudad reconoce la destacada labor de la red UNESCO de ciudades creativas. Gracias a la designación de la UNESCO, Denia está haciendo frente a nuevos desafíos e implementando nuevas iniciativas para nuestros ciudadanos. Necesitamos asegurar, garantizar y fortalecer el funcionamiento futuro de esta valuosa red. Y por esta razón, Denia se compromete a realizar una contribución financiera anual para ayudar al programa de ciudades creativas a ser un protagonista global para hacer de este mundo un mundo mejor, más sostenible, más feliz. Les invito a que visiten Denia y a degustar de nuestra gastronomía. Muchas gracias.
Our city recognized the outstanding work of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. Thanks to UNESCO recognition, Denia is facing new challenges, implementing new initiatives for our citizens. We need to assure, guarantee, and strengthen the future functioning of this valuable network. And for this reason, we are committed to make a financial contribution every year to help the Creative Cities program to be a global player for a better, more sustainable, and happier world. I invite that you visit Denia and taste our gastronomy. Thank you very much for your attention and affection.
Thank you. I will now call the Mayor of the City of Dublin to the podium.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for inviting me. I'm going to talk about the International Dublin Literary Award and what a city of literature is and how this feeds into us as a city of literature. So a city of literature is a city of stories and words, but stories and words aren't there just for any reason. In an era of fake news and where things such as facts and the other are scary, stories and words allow citizens to critically think and engage. It allows our citizens to be outward-looking and take into account other people's experiences. The International Literary Award is an important, open, diverse award. It is the largest literary prize in the world, and it's an annual award for a novel written or translated into English. The aim of the award is to promote excellence in international literature. What makes our award so special? The speciality of our award is that it is diverse and it is open and that it is democratic. And why is it as diverse, open and democratic? Because it is promoted and nominated by libraries all over the world. So for example, this year, the nominations are, sorry, let me just find the slide. 400 libraries in 177 countries made nominations to the Dublin Literary Award. There were 147 books. They were nominated in over 40 countries, and they were 43 titles and translations spanning 19 languages. And what do we want from this network and from UNESCO? Well, the network from UNESCO, we would ask people to be able to nominate for the award in order for us to be able to expand it and involve our other creative cities. So myself and my colleague have these packs here. The nomination is closing at the end of the month, and we would encourage people from other cities, not just cities of literature, but other cities within the UNESCO network, to engage their library service to ask people to nominate towards our award. As I said before, the nomination process is open and it's democratic. So for an example of nominating libraries that we had for our 2000 award, we had Brazil, New Delhi, Denver, Kingston, Munich and Wellington. The winners of the award then travel around our library network and tell the stories that they have. So our winner this year came from Angola, of Portuguese descent. And his book he won for General Theory of Alleviation, which tells the story of Ludo, who on the eve of Angolan independence bricked herself into her apartment where she remained for the next 30 years. Our 2006 winner was an American of Indian descent who told the story of a family moving from New Delhi to India in 1978. Literature, stories and words are important because they open people's minds. They tell the stories of other people and they help our citizens engage in the international, other people's experiences. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present the project here today. I will be around for the rest of the day along with my colleague, and as I say, we have some packs for other cities who are willing to send and nominate towards our International Dublin Literary Awards. Thank you.
Thank you to all the mayors for your presentations. I will now invite you to leave the stage and give the room to the following group of mayor and mayor representatives. So I will start to call the mayor of the city of Dunedin. Please welcome to the stage also the mayor of the city of Enghien-les-Bains. Welcome to the stage the mayor of the city of Jingdezhen. We ask you to welcome also the deputy mayor of the city of Katowice. And finally, welcome the governor's councillor of Kinshasa, representing the mayor of the city of Kinshasa. So we will start with the presentation of the mayor of the city of Dunedin. If you please come to the podium.
Bonjour, kia ora tātou, good morning. My city Dunedin's ambition is to be one of the world's great small creative cities, nothing less. And we developed an arts and culture strategy, Aratoio Tuputi, to achieve that. Now, that's not just about fine arts, but a city where we integrate creativity into the city's identity for economic and community sustainability and urban development. But Dunedin didn't just need an arts strategy. It needed a complete redirection. Why? Well, during the 19th century, when our city was very young, we were economically successful, we were outward-looking and cosmopolitan, we had a vibrant artistic milieu. But from about 1920 onwards, along with a lot of other post-industrial cities, our economic and population base shrank and the city became very inward-looking. And we needed to reverse that trend with a strategic approach, including not just the creative sector, but social well-being, economic development, environment, all of them with strategies. And they're all interlinked and they were developed in partnership with our community. We started with economic development and we identified Dunedin's quality tertiary education institutions with their outputs of graduates and research as a basis for our economic revival. And they produce high quality, high value, creative intellectual property. But more than that, we have a fine arts school, a school of music, computer studies programs, and the most prestigious literary, music, and fine arts fellowships in New Zealand. With them, we have the basis for a creative renaissance as well. And our art strategy is expressed most obviously, of course, in our UNESCO City of Literature status. And we run all sorts of arts and fringe festivals, books and writers' festivals, as you would expect. But also, creative arts impact on more and more areas of city life. For instance, urban regeneration by creatively repurposing 19th century commercial buildings in the rundown centre of the city. Creative design expressed in all above-ground infrastructure such as street furniture and streetscaping. street art proliferation by international artists revitalising the inner city areas, and massive growth of creative businesses in IT, computer game design, architecture, fashion design. The computer graphics for the America's Cup were made in Dunedin, and medical and educational software. Boosting the broader creative sector also encourages the city to be much more outward-looking and internationally connected. Through the UNESCO City of Literature status, Dunedin was offered a stand at the Bologna Children's Book Fair, and we're very grateful to Bologna for that. Edinburgh and Shanghai are both UNESCO creative cities, and both are Dunedin's sister cities, with great emphasis and more emphasis on cultural connections. We opened a recent China Film Festival in Dunedin. We mounted a multimedia art exhibition in the ancient Yew Garden in Shanghai. And our design and architectural companies are gaining international contracts. And an important benefit flowing from Aratoi, our creative strategy, is the renewed confidence and self-assurance of Dunedin's whole creative sector, especially in our international interaction. We want our creatives to interact with the world even more so we will hold a Creative Cities Symposium in Dunedin in late November this year in partnership with the University of Otago and the New Zealand National Commission for UNESCO. Speakers will feature from around the world and across the creative streams, followed by a day of creative workshops, especially to seed cross-stream project ideas and collaborations. And I would love to see you there for two reasons. To show how we are integrating creativity into our city's identity and setting ourselves on the path for economic and community sustainability, and to create yet more international connections. I'll see you in Dunedin. Kia ora.
Thank you. I now call the Mayor of Enghien-les-Bains to the podium.
Chers amis, Enghien-les-Bains n'a pas 7000 ans d'histoire comme Alassa, mais c'est une oasis. C'est une oasis lacustre dans un univers urbain très dense. Nous sommes une ville atypique. Nous sommes une ville ouverte. Nous sommes nés de la fonction touristique, 12 000 habitants, 300 commerces, 100 médecins, 6500 élèves sur la ville, le premier casino de France, d'Europe, mais également un champ de course dont on n'a pas parlé beaucoup, mais qui est réputé nationalement. Nous sommes donc une ville d'attractivité. Nous sommes une ville de service. Nous sommes une ville de loisirs et nous avons un double devoir. Le premier, c'est de bien accueillir ceux qui sont la base, le socle de la fonction économique de la ville, mais également d'assurer un équilibre avec nos habitants, avec notre population. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle nous avons donc un slogan qui est d'être porteur de notre patrimoine, conservateur de notre patrimoine, mais aussi, bien entendu, porteur de futur. Ce porteur de futur réside dans la modernité. La modernité dans les services, la modernité, bien entendu, dans l'administration, mais également par la culture. Nous souhaitons être et devenir encore davantage une smart city. Ce n'est pas une mode. Je pense que c'est un devoir à partir du moment où les technologies sont accompagnantes et formatrices de citoyenneté et de liens. C'est ainsi que par la culture, notamment, nous sommes une ville créative art numérique, vous êtes ici dans ce centre des arts, qui a organisé depuis longtemps un réseau international, le RAN, mais également qui est à l'origine des bains numériques, qui assure, et c'est avec toute la population d'Enghien que nous pouvons assurer gratuitement, c'est un retour vers les populations environnantes, un festival des bains numériques, un mois de juin en fête avec des concerts gratuits, festival de jazz. Vous verrez ce soir la scène flottante sur le lac. Mais également, il faut aller vers l'hiver, et l'hiver est ce mois où il faut sortir d'isolement ceux qui sont les plus exclus. Et dans le développement durable, nous pensons que si on est en préservation de notre magnifique patrimoine, nous devons aussi être en inclusion sociale et la culture y participe. Le mois de décembre est un mois chaleureux et nous accueillons toutes les populations, notamment par des vidéos mapping sur plusieurs sites de la ville, de manière à être en quelque sorte porteurs du message de solidarité, de paix. C'est notre conception de l'aménagement durable que nous voulons aussi faire porter par nos jeunes gens. Nous avons mis en place un agenda 21 junior qui est également un porteur de futur et de faire tout simplement de nos jeunes élèves, de tous nos adolescents, à la fois évidemment les futurs citoyens, mais aussi un peu les transformateurs de leurs parents. Voilà, Enghien veut et reste est une ville porte, une entrée dans notre département et rester, comme vous l'avez compris, un lieu aussi un peu magique. Et j'espère que depuis hier soir, vous êtes sortis de cette belle ambiance, mais que nous la retrouverons bien entendu ce soir sur le lac.
Thank you. I will now call the mayor of the city of Jingdezhen.
Good morning. 非常感谢联合国教科文组织和这个法国的昂吉莱班市政府，让我们有机会到这儿和大家分享作为陶瓷文化创意城市的一些感受。
First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Unesco and Enghien-les-Bains France. And thanks to this event, I could have the opportunity to talk about good experiences of creativity and our city, the porcelain capital.
景德镇呢是一座集手工业、文化和艺术这个一体的文化陶瓷文化创意的城市。我们有1700多年的手工业瓷瓷的历史。这个座城市呢，也是因为我们的这个手工瓷瓷、陶瓷瓷瓷的历史达到了全世界最高的工艺水平，而被北宋的真宗皇帝命名。是一个皇帝赐名的城市，这个到今天为止，我们有1700多年的瓷瓷历史当中，其中有将近700年的历史是给中国的皇帝、皇室制造瓷器。
Ceramic is the amazing shaping of water, fire, and clay by human, and creative crystallization combining with handicrafts, culture, and art. Jingdezhen is a city with a history of more than 1,700 years of porcelain handmaking, and also we have 700 years making porcelain just for the emperor. So as the earliest global community, Jingdezhen porcelain has been spread to the world along the land Silk Road and the Maritime Ceramic Road.
从公元9世纪开始呢，景德镇的瓷器作为全球最早的这个商品，沿着陆上的丝绸之路和海上的丝绸之路呢，走向全世界，成为中国文化的象征。所以我们今天的景德镇人一直都在说 China from China.
So our Chinese, China, the English name came from our city, Changnan. So we talk about Jingdezhen porcelain as the earliest commodity by the Silk Road and the Maritime Road. We spread our porcelain to the whole wide world.
景德镇加入联合国创意城市联盟，我觉得对我们大家来说，对于我们下一步共同携手开创全球陶瓷文化创意产业的无限未来，我们将提供很好的这个文化的积淀和实践的积累。
Designated by UCCN, Jingdezhen will provide a variety of ceramic culture and practice accumulation for the infinite future to work together, and Jingdezhen will provide a great platform for creative and porcelain making to all the XIème members.
为了建设一座陶瓷文化创意之城，景德镇的政府呢做了很多的工作。比如说，中国政府非常重视陶瓷文化产业的发展，把景德镇列入到了可持续发展的城市的名单。我们的市政府呢，专门颁布了手工业文化创意产业基地的一系列的政策和办法，在全市呢建设了包括陶溪川、民放园在内的12家手工业文化创意产业的基地。我们还拥有在中国独具特色的省级陶瓷文化产业发展的园区。我们每一年都举办中国景德镇国际陶瓷博览会，吸引着全球的产瓷城市的各位同行来到这座城市，和我们共同研究陶瓷文化产业、陶瓷文化创意的无限未来。
Our city government pays a great attention to the porcelain to Creative Cities Network, and our city has just been designated by our central government the sustainable city in China. So in 2016, the city government issued a special regulation, the interim procedures of handicrafts culture and creative industry spaces, identified and management, and has selected 12 handicraft culture and creative industrial bases, including Taoxichuan, the ceramic art avenue, which possesses Chinese unique provincial ceramic industry development park, to promote the exchanges and cooperation. And every October, we have a big international ceramic fair sponsored by Chinese commercial department. So all of the porcelain cities would like to come to our city to show every different culture to us.
景德镇有170万人口，但每一年到这个城市来研修学习的国内外的陶瓷艺术家有5000名，这个有3万4万的锦漂艺术家，每年都到我们这个城市来寻找陶瓷文化创意产业和陶瓷文化创作的灵感。
We have 1.7 million inhabitants in Jingdezhen, and we have 30,000 or 40,000 international artists. Would like to say drifters. It means foreign countries or foreign local places. They come from there and come to our city to share their ceramic culture and handicrafts to us. That's a great platform, and would like to invite you to come in to take the opportunity to show your culture.
我们希望呢，将来的景德镇能够真正的成为陶瓷文化创意的乐园、创新的高地和创业的沃土。
We hope Jingdezhen would become a paradise and a fertile soil for the culture exchange and creative exchange.
我们希望能够在推动全球陶瓷及其文化创意产业的交流合作、宣传推广、产权保护、产业发展，能做出景德镇积极的贡献。
We would like to make a great contribution to poverty rise and to ceramic, crafts, and folk art exchange to the network.
借这个机会呢，我也诚挚地邀请大家，由中华人民共和国商务部、江西省人民政府每年10月18日到22日在中国景德镇举办的国际陶瓷博览会，诚挚地邀请全球各创意城市的朋友们来到我们这儿，和我们一起来探讨陶瓷和文化创意产业的未来。欢迎大家到景德镇来。
Today, I would like to take this opportunity to announce China Jingdezhen International Ceramic Fair, which hosted by Ministry of Commerce of People's Republic of China and People's Government of Jiangxi Province, would be held in Jingdezhen from 18th to 22nd October every year. I sincerely invite representatives of select cities to visit Jingdezhen to participate in this international ceramic fair. Welcome you all. Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you. I will now call the Deputy Mayor of the city of Katowice.
Yes, Katowice. Bonjour, good morning. First, I would like thank you for invitation on Mayor's Forum, and it's a great pleasure to be with you. 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development tackles universal issue of the utmost importance to all of us, and as such they should be mandatory in the development strategies of every single city. 2 years ago, our City Council adopted the development strategy Katowice 2030. Being aware of the role of culture in social, economic, urban advancement, a supplementary program called Music Policy of Katowice was adopted last year. The program was developed by a consultant from Sound Diplomacy. Both those documents have been crucial in investment planning in Katowice ever since, and the concluded is that Katowice has chance to become not only the most innovative city of music in Poland, but also a model city of music. Let me cite the example of Culture Zone located in the very heart of our city. The zone of Culture Zone is a clear symbol of a deep transformation of the place of a total metamorphosis from a metallurgy, mining city, a modern culture center friendly to great event and offering artists a space for dynamic activities. This area, once occupied by a coal mine, has been converted into a vibrant cultural center where the Silesian Museum, the seat of Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra, and the International Congress Center are located. Try to imagine, on Culture Zone, until 1999, almost 2,000 people were going down to the mine to work. Nowadays, in the same spaces, almost 2,000 people can listen to music in concert hall in the Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra. It's really amazing. Culture Zone is now considered a flagship element of our sustainable development strategy, and for several reasons. First, it's a good example of revitalization of post-industrial space. Second, an extremely positive illustration of the policy setting, the aim of industrial heritage protection, as the Silesian Museum is part located in the premises of the former coal mine. Third, a carefully designed public space in the zone with a particular focus on a small architecture has made it a favorite meeting place of a local community, regardless of their age, education, interest, or social status. Last but not least, due to its central location and modern infrastructure, it attracts and more both investors and creative sector stakeholders eager to use it to advantage of the city and its inhabitants. The Katowice development strategy and the music policy of Katowice are not the only examples of this strong relation between creative sector policy and sustainable development strategy in case of my city. UNESCO Creative City title has given us the impulse of further research in the domain of music and music industry in Katowice. This detailed study has resulted in a recently presented Katowice music strategy, which will help us both define music industry stakeholders, expectation and demand, and outline the direction of music industry further development. The key element of the plan is Music Hub, which will serve all Katowice's creative communities, music, art, film, design, etc., helping us convert the city into a culturally vibrant and economically prosperous world-class music center. And I have good information. The amazing Culture Zone you will be able to see next year on annual meeting in Poland in Katowice 2018. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to the presentation of the Governor's Councillor of the city of Kinshasa.
Mesdames, Messieurs les maires et les maires adjoints, Mesdames et Messieurs, bonjour. Nous ne pouvons commencer sans remercier les organisateurs pour cette opportunité offerte de partager avec vous ces propos. Nous orientons cette intervention sur 2 points que nous trouvons importants de partager dans cette belle assemblée. Le premier est l'impact que notre désignation comme ville créative de musique a eu sur Kinshasa. Et le second est ce projet personnellement qui nous tient à cœur, Festival Malébo, prix Papa Wemba Jeune Talent. Kinshasa est connu dans plusieurs parties du globe, non seulement parce qu'elle est la capitale de la République démocratique du Congo, mais bien plus par sa musique, principalement la rumba. Les Quinois, les habitants de Kinshasa, rayonnent de fierté et d'honneur de faire partie de ce réseau, si utile qu'important, car nous nous frayons un chemin au milieu de professionnels que vous êtes. En cela, nous réitérons nos remerciements au bureau de coordination d'avoir validé notre demande d'intégrer le dit réseau. Festival Kin Malebo Prix Papa Wemba Jeune Talent. Cette initiative qui nous tient particulièrement à cœur à cause de ce devoir du refus d'oublier qui était Papa Wemba, ce qu'il représentait non seulement pour les Congolais, mais pour plusieurs Africains. Voilà pourquoi, comme je l'avais dit hier, l'Union africaine a choisi le jour de sa mort comme journée africaine de la musique, le 24 avril. Certes, à travers ses œuvres, il demeure immortel, mais notre travail serait de l'actualiser continuellement dans les cœurs de la population. Et la deuxième cause, qui est la dernière, c'est ce dynamisme réel et l'ambition que nous lançons aux jeunes de Kinshasa, car ce festival, au milieu de jeunes, doit les conscientiser, les rendre responsables, de leur faire comprendre qu'un talent qui est un don qui vient du ciel mérite d'être respecté, encouragé et encadré. Voilà le but que nous poursuivons. Je vous remercie.
Thank you to all for your presentations. I will now invite you to leave the stage in order to call the next group of cities and mayors and mayor representatives. I've been asked to tell you that if there is any mayor or mayor representatives that are in the room but not sitting in the first two rows, I would like to ask you if you please can, or if you want to sit in the first two rows and mostly identify and make you recognizable so we know that you are here and we are able to call you to the stage to participate in this forum. With this announcement made, I will move on to the next group of presentations, starting to call the municipal councillor of the city of Nottingham in representation of the mayor of Nottingham. Please welcome also to the stage the Chair of Joint Procurement Committee, Chair of Elderly and Welfare Committee of the City of Östersund, representing the Mayor of the City of Östersund. We also would like to welcome on the stage the Mayor of the City of Paducah. Next, please welcome also the Minister for Economic Development in representation of the Mayor of the City of Puebla. Finally, I welcome to the stage the Mayor for Cultural Affairs of the City of Saint-Étienne in representation of the Mayor of the City of Saint-Étienne. So we'll start this round of presentations by the Municipal Councillor of the City of Nottingham that I invite to come to the podium.
Thank you. So, first of all, an apology. In this international forum, I feel I have to say that Brexit is a disaster for us, and I'm sorry if it gives the impression that the UK isn't interested in working with our friends and neighbours anymore. Hopefully the fact that we're here shows that despite the behaviour of our national politicians in local government, that's not the case. So Nottingham is a city at the heart of a conurbation of 600,000 people. A big part of the council's job is to improve the life chances of our children, and for that we've chosen to concentrate on reading and writing. If you struggle with reading and writing, you can't participate fully in education, employment, democracy or community life. Literacy skills are a fundamental building block in developing a decent standard of living. So in Nottingham, we're working hard to ensure that every child is a reader and every child a writer. We're investing in literacy, learning and libraries to make that happen. So how are we doing that in Nottingham? Well, Nottingham is an early intervention city. The foundations for literacy skills are laid in the first years, months and even weeks of life. Parents or carers talking, singing and reading to children is so important, and we're working to ensure effective support is given to families so this can happen. For example, our Book Start baby packs provide every new parent with a free pack of books from their local library, delivered by their health visitor, and that encourages parents to tell stories and rhymes to their newborn children. The Small Steps, Big Changes programme is a £47 million investment in helping to improve the outcomes for 0 to 3-year-olds in some of our most deprived areas of the city, by helping parents develop their parenting skills and to improve the ways they interact with their children. The Dolly Parton Library of Imagination is Nottingham's book gifting scheme, and it fulfills a manifesto pledge to ensure that every month, every child under 5 years old gets a free book delivered to their homes. 3,623 children now receive a book monthly, and we have delivered a total of 81,591 books to them to date. And Story Parks is a joint initiative between Nottingham's Library Service and our Park Rangers Service to create pop-up reading spaces in parks where families can gather, have access to books and are able to read and tell stories. We're also committed to delivering good quality library provision across the city. Public libraries are not only important parts of local communities, but they're an important literacy source, giving everyone free access to reading materials, inspiring the enjoyment of reading and helping people practice their reading skills. So in spite of nearly £200 million worth of cuts in our local authority funding over the last year, we have managed to invest over £5 million in better library provision, particularly as part of our joint service centres where people can come and see their GPs, receive advice on housing and benefits, as well as visiting and using their library. Finally, we're committed to replacing our 1960s city centre library with a new modern and inspiring facility, symbolising our commitment to becoming a world leader in literacy development. For 20 years, the government has addressed England's widening literacy gap through national strategies. But what works is a local targeted approach where partners work together to make sure every child can read and write in our city. That's our commitment, that's our approach, and that, we believe, is the best way forward. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now call the representative of the Mayor of the City of Östersund.
Bonjour, Madame, Monsieur. Merci beaucoup for a very great annual meeting here in Enghien-les-Bains. Last year we met in Östersund in Sweden, a city of gastronomy. I would like to thank all of you that participated. The volunteers still talk about how great you were. Last year, we committed to the Östersund Declaration and the theme, the culture and creative sectors as drivers of sustainable development, maximizing the potential of urban-rural connections. I will let you know what we have been doing in Östersund. I will give you 5 examples. Number 1, Östersund was the first city in Sweden to be certified with International Organization for standardization ISO 14001 environmental management system. We've been that for 10 years now. For us, 2030 agenda and new urban agenda is very important. So the city has now 22 sustainable goals, and one of them is the fossil fuel-free region and city by 2030, and we are now making a roadmap how to reach it for sure. The number 2 is that the region and the city are preparing a regional urban-rural food strategy for farmers, producers, and consumers. Gastronomy, you know, important with food for us. Number 3, Östersund has already integrated culture and creativity in our local plans and strategies. The city works together with local organizations to make progress. And one example is that Sweden's oldest music festival, city music festival, is Storskyran, located in Östersund. And for many years, they have been working with sustainability, with accessibility and equality to ensure female artists as well as male artists. Number 4, we are the World Championship region 2019, with World Championship Biathlon in Östersund and Alpine World Ski Championship in Åre. The both organizations have announced to work totally sustainable and to be a liberation for fossil fuel-free region 2030. Also, local food is very important in these festivals. Number 5, the Creative Cities of Gastronomy has pointed out academic and research as one important field in the cluster. Our local university, Mid-Sweden University, is cooperating with Calabria, Catalonia, and Islands and Highlands Scotland in project Gastrocer to research on how gastronomy and local heritage can create sustainable tourism, new businesses, and rural development. In our region, we're not able to produce wine, as you already know, because it's really cold up there. But we can produce beer, and what's happening right now is that it's a rapidly growing of beer craft producers. And what we see is that they are really committed to community development. It will be really interesting to see what the research will point out and reach. I would like to say that Östersund is very proud to be a part of this UNESCO Creative City Network. It is fantastic that local work can make a better world and a global impact. As you know, that's why we are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will now call the mayor of the city of Paducah.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor to be with you this morning. I am actually a newly elected mayor, so I have been in my office for 6 months, and I am very honored to be here with all of you. I have enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you, and I look forward to working with you during the next 4 years of my term. Paducah, Kentucky is a very special place, smack dab in the middle of the country of the U.S. It is a special place specifically because we have a unique location. Our nighttime sleeping population is actually only 25,000 people, but our daytime population is over 100,000 people as people come into our city to shop for health care, for work. So we have a unique situation. We're a small city, but we act as a large city in many situations. You know, we are known for quilting and the textile and fabric arts, but the other creative fields in our city are flourishing. And I want to take an opportunity right now to tell you a story of how we used our history and our heritage to revitalize a neighborhood that eventually led us to what you see on the screen here. About 15 years ago, there was a community called Lowertown. And it was about 60 or 70 historic homes, the oldest homes in our entire city, built in the mid-1800s. And they were in disrepair. The community was full of drug activity and crime activity, and we really needed to work towards revitalizing that neighborhood. So some very brilliant, smart, creative people in our city decided to put together what they called the Artist Relocation Program. They bought up all those houses, relocated the people to other safer places, and they started selling these homes for $1 to artists around the world who would come into our city and revitalize these homes, turn them into their houses and also their art studio. Before we knew it, within 10 years' time, there were over 60 artists located in this Lower Town Arts District. Because of that artist relocation program, our local community college was able to secure funding and support from our local community to build this art and design school. This art and design school houses many different types of art and also houses programs through our community college, specifically sculpture, ceramics, media arts, 2D design. We also have our culinary arts program who's able to utilize the cafe in this art school for local visitors and city visitors to come and enjoy their culinary creations. We also host international master artists to come and teach classes during the summer to our students in our local community. So we are excited about this project. It's actually complete. It just was complete 2 years ago, and we are now helping the community college to revitalize their own admissions to make sure that we're inviting all of you to send your students over to participate in our school. Also, because this is a unique venue, this September, when we host the annual meeting for our fellow arts and craft of folk arts designations, we are going to house many of our events in this venue, so you'll get to see that. We're very excited to welcome you into this venue. So I want to open the invitation to all of you to talk to us about sending your students to our art and design school or sending some of your artists to come be a part of our international master classes. So thank you again for your time. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much. I now call the Minister for Economic Development, City of Puebla.
Bonjour, Madame et Messieurs. I would like to thank and congratulate Unesco, XIème, and Enghien-les-Bains, all the sponsors for this excellent organization and for your generosity for having us here. It is a great pleasure that I stand before you this morning on behalf of our Mayor Luis Bank-Cerrato, in the name of Puebla, where we have 1.6 inhabitants. We are the fourth largest city in Mexico, and we are part of the human heritage. One of our strengths is our location between the ports of Veracruz and the port of Acapulco, and we contribute with 3.2% to our national GDP, with a very high industry related to the car industry, where we have foreign direct investors, mainly from Volkswagen and from Audi. What you are seeing on the screen, and I will address it shortly, I should state that we are right now the fourth main city in terms of doing business according to the world ranking carried out by the World Bank. And with culture, we are fostering the creative economy. We are integrating designers, we are integrating architects, we are integrating artists and also musicians. What you're seeing on the screen is a project that we took about 4 years ago. On the left side, you see an abandoned site, which used to be a Ferris wheel park. And right now, Puebla is making sure that different areas are now turned into different parks. And therefore, we are, as I said, integrating designers, architects, and the community to design the future city that we have always hoped to have, and where we have right now more than 6 kilometers in that same park only of cycle paths, and 16 kilometers around the city already. We are looking into a more inclusive society in order to combat poverty. Puebla has more than 600,000 people living in poverty, and we are seeing creativity in order to create jobs. And for that reason, we have also another project which is called the Social Economy Project, by which we are putting the person in the center of the project and not capital. We are identifying their capacities, And we are fostering the creation of local small enterprises, many among which there are arts and crafts and other cultural expressions. Also whereby design is the central part of the project. We believe that being creative and design should be also in the center of public policies, and through this, these public policies are bringing culture in order to create economy. I would like to state our compromise to continue supporting UCCN's objectives, asking ourselves not what the UNESCO can do for us, but what can we do for UNESCO. In that sense, we are ready to make also a financial contribution in our future budgets. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you very much. I'll now give the podium to the Mayor for Cultural Affairs, the city of Saint-Étienne.
Bonjour à tous. I will speak in French, and so please forgive me for that. Je voudrais remercier la municipalité d'Enghien et son maire pour son accueil, ainsi que tous les organisateurs de cette assemblée. Saint-Étienne est une ville UNESCO Design depuis 2010. Elle se présente comme un territoire d'expérimentation et s'appuie sur l'expertise de la Cité du Design, qui est un lieu qui regroupe à la fois une école, une pépinière d'entreprise, un pôle de recherche et un grand pôle d'exposition. L'objectif de la Cité du Design est de diffuser une culture du design centrée sur les usages nouveaux et les nouveaux modes de vie qui placent l'humain au cœur de la réflexion. Améliorer également la qualité de vie des habitants, promouvoir les designers et les entreprises du territoire et créer des liens entre les communautés créatives. Je vous présente plus particulièrement aujourd'hui un projet très important pour notre ville que nous avons appelé Human Cities, Challenging the City Scale, qui est un projet européen conduit par la Cité du Design dans le cadre du programme Europe Créative Culture, avec 12 partenaires européens, dont 4 villes du réseau des villes créatives UNESCO, Bilbao, Graz, Helsinki, Ljubljana, et qui se déroule de 2014 à 2018. Il questionne l'échelle urbaine et la co-création de la ville, et la Cité du Design a créé un outil de stimulation et de mise en relation des énergies et forces créatives locales, avec pour objectif de partager et tester ces expérimentations avec le public local, national, international, lors de la 10e Biennale internationale design de Saint-Étienne qui a eu lieu du 9 mars au 9 avril. Des collectifs multidisciplinaires composés de designers, d'architectes, de sociologues, d'artistes, d'étudiants et d'habitants se sont regroupés pour proposer une série d'initiatives. En dialogue avec les institutions, ils ont mis en place des expérimentations, des actions et des ateliers, ainsi que des événements dans 2 quartiers dits sensibles dont la ville et la métropole veulent accompagner la rénovation urbaine en favorisant la participation des habitants. Le collectif Ici Bientôt, c'est son nom, a engagé une nouvelle dynamique dans le quartier de Beaubrun pour lutter contre la multiplication des rez-de-chaussée vacants et redonner un nouveau souffle. Il a créé une synergie entre différents acteurs, des porteurs de projets, des commerçants, des propriétaires, des associations, des structures locales et des habitants, et ainsi que des passants, simplement. Les vitrines et les espaces publics se sont transformés en lieux d'interaction pour trouver des solutions à la vacance commerciale et imaginer un mode de vie urbaine pour demain. Le collectif a organisé une programmation culturelle et avec les associations et a effectué un travail sur la mémoire du quartier pour documenter l'histoire des populations immigrées qui ont contribué au développement économique de la ville. L'autre collectif, qui s'appelle Hypermatière, a proposé des interventions mobiles, évolutives et recyclables pour expérimenter un espace en mouvement dans un quartier en mutation, celui du Cré de Roc. Ce projet a permis aux habitants d'être des acteurs créatifs plutôt que des spectateurs inquiets. La place du Coq, c'est le nom du lieu qui s'est construit avec les enfants, dont certains ont découvert leur vocation professionnelle en participant activement à ce chantier aux côtés de designers. Des ateliers, des parcours, des discussions, des conférences, des concerts et des installations ont permis de révéler la biodiversité du quartier, son potentiel d'initiative et ses richesses humaines. La Cité du Design a également organisé 2 expositions, une conférence et des workshops sur Human Cities pendant la biennale. Elle a accueilli plus de 100 représentants et designers des villes créatives Unesco. Et Détroit, la ville de Détroit, était l'invité d'honneur pour partager la question des mutations du travail et nous parler de la renaissance de cette ville après la crise similaire à celle de Saint-Étienne. Des designers, artistes, musiciens et fermiers urbains ont partagé leur énergie créative et leur engagement avec les acteurs culturels de Saint-Étienne. Saint-Étienne se distingue donc par son caractère de laboratoire créatif, s'affirme comme la ville des pratiques émergentes, de la création artistique aux industries créatives jusqu'aux projets urbains. L'innovation contribue au développement plus humain et plus durable. J'aurai le plaisir d'accueillir plusieurs d'entre vous lundi à Saint-Étienne et peut-être de développer un peu plus avec vous ces projets innovants. Merci pour votre écoute.
Thank you very much for all the presentations. I will now invite you all to leave the stage and leave the room for the next group of mayors and mayor representatives. Before moving on to the final group, which will be composed by the cities of Santa Fe, Santos, Sasayama, Shenzhen, and Zale, I would like to ask again if there is any more mayors or mayor representatives in the room to participate in the Mayors Forum. So if there are, please make you announce to the organization so we will know that you are in the room and we are to ask you to come to the stage and also speak a little bit about your city. So I think we can move on, yes? So first I will welcome to the stage the municipal councillor of the city of Santa Fe in representation of the mayor. So I also would like to welcome to the stage the mayor of the city of Santos in Brazil. Also, please welcome to the stage the deputy mayor of the city of Sasayama. I would now like to welcome to the stage the director of the design center of the city of Shenzhen in representation of the mayor of Shenzhen. And finally, I would like to welcome to the stage the mayor of the city of Zale. So we will start by welcoming to the podium the municipal councillor of the city of Santa Fe for its presentation.
Bonjour, Madame et Monsieur, and good morning. It is a great pleasure to be able to join you this morning, and to the Honorable UNESCO Deputy Banran, Madam Director of Creativity, Honorable Mayors, Honorable Vice Mayors, Deputy Mayors, representatives of the creative cities gathered here today, all staff, colleagues, and perhaps most importantly, friends. Santa Fe asks itself 3 questions. How much, how well, and is anybody better off? We ask these questions because we believe we cannot manage what we cannot measure, and we cannot manage, and what we cannot manage, we cannot either understand nor explain. Ultimately, the vitality and relevance of our city is preserved by what we value and how we promote those values. Culture is a critical factor in the prosperity of Santa Fe. So how do we protect and preserve our culture? Answering these questions ensures that our expenditures of funds within the city is targeted towards having positive impacts on people's lives. Recently, we undertook an evaluation of the role that culture plays in our prosperity, our values, and our future. That study is captured in this report, Culture Connects, of Santa Fe, and I will say it's only probably half a kilo, so much easier to carry than the Urban Forum. Cultural cartography is a roadmap of the role of culture in Santa Fe's history, our present, and our future. This document, Culture Connects, contains that cultural cartography for our city. Through an exhaustive and very public process that involved probably a year and a half of planning, community meetings, briefings throughout the city, meetings with all the sectors of our economy. This roadmap to our future was designed and is now being carried out. We affirm the following values that culture has in our community. Santa Fe values the breadth and depth of our culture. Santa Fe values the essential role of culture in advancing equity. Santa Fe values the potential of culture to connect people, places, and ideals. Santa Fe values the transformational role of culture in our city. Santa Fe values culture as fundamental to the well-being of individuals and the collective. Santa Fe values the impact of culture as an economic catalyst, and Santa Fe values stewardship and conservation of culture. The roadmap for a culturally vibrant Santa Fe identifies 4 organizing categories of action: people, places, practices, and policies. Each of these areas within our Culture Connects report is then set forth in a set of recommendations, which in turn are set forth in a statement of implementing measures. These measures are organized then into a cultural improvement plan. Like our streets and our sidewalks, like that infrastructure in our city that is critical to our capacity to be productive and live in community, we value culture as fundamental to our present, our future, our elderly, our children, indeed, to our very identity. We cannot but work to promote and protect it, and we now have a plan to ensure a bright future focusing on our culture, on who we are. Culture is indeed, for Santa Fe, the infrastructure of our soul as a city. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll now move on to the presentation of the Mayor of the City of Santos.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Francesco, Mrs. Judge, Mr. Felipe. Our city is really honored to be here. Thanks for saving us so well. Santos is a global south city dealing with urban issues such as mobility, historical century regeneration, and social and economic inequality, which are faced with people-centered policies. Indeed, the story of Brazilian urbanism meets its roots in Santos. The first project for sanitation was carried out in the late century 19. Drainage systems separating rainwater and sewage were built by canals. Also, Santos became the pioneer city in implementing a local urban policy in Brazil in 1968. Furthermore, the current Urban Development Master Plan was designed with civil society participation and has been ensuring the right to city. Since 2013, concept raised to world status in 2016 with the new urban agenda. The driving principles of the local urban policy are quality of life, sustainable development, property social function, and land use planning and monitoring with tax breaks, city zoning, participatory budgeting, social cohesion and inclusion, universal access to public green spaces, environment and cultural heritage protection, mobility, safe housing, sanitation, public basic services, risk management, and so forth. Regarding the mobility plan, it highlights the 11 kilometers light rail connection Santos to the metro area, the 48 kilometers bike path, the bike sharing program, and the 100% accessible public transit fleet with free Wi-Fi. Additionally, Santos has a partnership with the national and subnational governments for a $350 million project for roads network through here 30% of Brazilian trade balance, $92 billion, reach the largest port of Latin America located in Santos. Concerning the historical center, which has nearly 500 years of story, and the goal for its regeneration. Actions were released for landscape architecture such as the reopening of the traditional theaters Coliseu and Guarani, the construction of Pelé Museum, the best soccer player of the world, and the launch of the tourist train ride. Further, it was established the Santos Technological Park, an assigned area in city center aimed at technological and economic development, with tax breaks for innovation companies. Also, it was created the Santos Film Commission. At this point, the film boasts Santos to strengthen synergy between the preservation of the historical city center area and the economic development strategy. On the subject of film, to stand out its contribution to the economic growth, there are data as follows: about 50 film shoots each year, around 1,400 jobs in film industry, 400 film companies, 10 film collectives, and a revenue of $2.5 million in this period. Besides that, it enhances the city image nationally and internationally, encouraging tourism. In a like manner, to stimulate the cultural access for vulnerable groups and considering that the social development in Santos City is focused on people, City Hall installed 7 cultural centers on the districts with lower HGA. These creative villas offer workshops on arts, gastronomy, music, as well as film and literature activities for vulnerable people, providing platforms for their social and political capacity building. There are successful cases of people who have changed their way from these opportunities. To get back to the point, the most important to have strong public policies and programs designed with civil society participation. Then, the city should care about establishing partnerships with national and subnational governments for infrastructure financing, as well as partnerships with the private sector. Indeed, the largest urban transformation takes place through people, and the cultural fields are the way to reach them. Our experience has demonstrated that culture and creativity are powerful pathways to sustainable social and economic development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. We'll now move on to the next city presenting. I would like to welcome to the podium the deputy mayor of the city of Sasayama.
皆様おはようございます。篠山市の副市長の平野仁と申します。まずはこのような市長フォーラムで発表の機会を与えていただき、アンギャン・レバン市長、あるいはユネスコの関係の皆様に心から御礼を申し上げます。本当にありがとうございます。2015年にクラフト&フォークアート部門で加盟した篠山市は、人口4万2000人の非常に小さな町となっておりますが、美しい農村景観や城下町の古い町並みが残る魅力ある町となっております。篠山には里山、川、池、田んぼなど豊かな自然、そしてその豊かさを耕すことで実りを得てきた豊かな文化があります。そしてこのように結びついた産業、すなわち創造産業の存在があります。美しい町並みや景観、伝統文化、自然環境などの篠山の魅力は、先人の技術に新しい知恵を重ねてなりわいとして継承することで支えられてきました。私たちはこのように日常を暮らすことを重ねながら受け継がれてきた豊かさを次世代に継承し、誇りを持ってこの地に暮らし、その魅力を発信をしていきたいと考えています。目指すべきところは5つの目標です。1つは美しい地域空間の創造、2つに地域コミュニティの再生と創造、魅力ある地域資源を生かした創造産業の振興、推進体制の整備と人材の育成、創造都市の情報発信と交流。具体的な例を挙げますと、1枚目の写真は丹波焼、陶芸になっています。丹波焼は800年前から作り続けられている陶芸です。現在60軒の窯元が食器や花瓶などの陶器を作っています。このように800年の歴史ある焼き物と地元の豊かな農産物を合わせて食と器のビエンナーレなどそういった事業を展開しながら観光客を誘客し、観光産業へと結びつけています。また篠山市は日本の中でも先駆けとして町並みの維持や保存活用を推進をしています。2枚目の写真は町並みアートフェスティバルの写真です。町並みアートフェスティバルは篠山にある古民家や道路、公園にアート作品を展示するイベントで、町並みそのものがアート空間になります。その結果、多くのアーティストが篠山へ移住するなど、篠山市の地域の活性化につながっています。3枚目の写真は、空き家を活用したホテルの写真です。農村の空き家を活用し、ホテルにした例は、日本では珍しく、今、全国から非常に注目され、篠山の魅力アップにつながっています。最後4つ目の写真は、国立の神戸大学と連携して設置をした研究室です。ここでは企業スクールを運営し、篠山の資源を活用した企業の促進を行い、市全体の地域活性化につながっています。このように篠山市は小さな町ですが、陶芸や町並み、農業を大切にしながら、新しい人々の起業や移住を促進して、持続豊かで豊かな町となるための取り組みを行っています。 篠山は日本政府が認定する日本遺産にも選ばれております。今や日本有数の魅力ある町となっています。どうぞ篠山へお越しください。Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. I will now welcome to the podium the director of the Design Center of the city of Shenzhen.
Bonjour, Madame et Monsieur. Merci beaucoup. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be here to talk about Shenzhen design. The volume message is from the mayor of Shenzhen. Being the first special economic zone in China, Shenzhen grows from a small fisherman village to a metropolis of over 15 million people in just 36 years. In 2008, Shenzhen was designated the City of Design by UNESCO and joined the Creative City Network. In recent years, the municipal government of Shenzhen has been strongly supporting the design communities and boosting the design industries with large investments, aiming to transform the manufacturing hub of the world into a premium design hub. The Shenzhen Design Week is a big initiative engineered by the government to support the design communities. The first edition took part in the last April this year. It is an international annual design event sponsored by the Shenzhen Municipal Government and organized by the Shenzhen City of Design Promotion Office. It aims to provide platforms for international exchange, communication, and cooperation in various design categories. It also provides good opportunities for designers from around the world to showcase their talents through different events such as exhibitions, workshops, and forums, etc. Scholars, policymakers, managers, students in relevant fields, and professional designers all over the world are welcome to participate in these events happening simultaneously during the course of 1 week over different parts of the city. In parallel with the Shenzhen Design Week, the Shenzhen Global Design Award is organized to recognize and reward outstanding designers and to enhance exchanges between designers at home and abroad. The award aims to discover designers with creativity, vision, foresight, and influence. It also aims to enhance exchanges and cooperation among all designers from different countries and inspire industrialization of creative designs, as well as the promotion of design thinking. While its most eye-catching feature is the top prize of $200,000, the Shenzhen Design Award strives to brand and promote winning designs and their authors through various activities such as tour of exhibitions, constant media coverage, etc. Thus, Shenzhen Design Award will become one important and effective window through which foreign designers and design institutions could enter the huge Chinese market. And now we're also launching the third edition of Shenzhen Design Award for Young Talents. Shenzhen Design Award for Young Talents is a competition which recognizes successful or potential young designers from creative cities. The purpose of the award is to reward efforts of young designers who, through their creativity, have contributed to the enhancement of environmental sustainability, social and economic development, and above all, quality of lives in cities. The award aims to encourage exchange between young talents from different countries, cooperation between creative cities, and the sharing of experiences and ideas for developing creative and culture industry. The award also aims to promote the value of design thinking, concepts, and products as contributors to the transformation of economies and society. Thank you so much to come to Shenzhen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the final presentation. I would like to welcome to the podium the mayor of the city of Zale.
Good morning. I'm from Lebanon, an old country, old as history can go, but I'm from the city of Zahle, which is 375 years old only, and we are proud to bring it up to the city, which is the third biggest city in Lebanon. We are located in the Bekaa region. I think we are the closest city to the war-torn country Syria. And Zahle was a center of education, center of agriculture, center of finance, center of hospitalization, center of banking for the whole region. And we worked very hard to reach this state, but during the Lebanese war, Zahle was besieged, and so we lost all these values that we had. For 15 years, the city was besieged, and Zahle was the city of gastronomy, where all the Lebanese food used, or every Lebanese or everybody who wants to eat Lebanese food used to come to Zahle. It was closed for 15 years, and the restaurants started to open all over. And also our banking, we lost our banking sector, we lost our schooling sector, we lost our hospitalization sector. 15 years closed to our surrounding, an area that is so big that we were serving for quite a long period of time. Everybody used to trust us and used to come and do business with us. So we were far away from everybody for 15 years. And then after the war is over, we started building up again. The most important thing was to bring back our poets, was to bring back our culinary, was to bring back our schools, back our financing sector. And so we are building up Zahle since 1991, building up again to what it used to be, the third biggest city in Lebanon. Now, we have taken a decision that we should make it a center of attraction for the region. And this center of attraction for the region, it means in 3 sectors. First of all, it should be like it used to be, the agri-industry capital of not only Lebanon, of the Middle East. We are really now the agri-industry capital of the Middle East, where nearly all the food that you see all over the world now, it comes from my region. Even all the wines comes from our region too. Now we want to bring it back as a touristic attraction also, and gastronomy is the main attraction, because the Zahle style of food is the Lebanese, is the one that, the Lebanese style of food that is all over the country is using our style of food. So we are bringing it back again, and since we have done big steps, bringing back, and now people are trusting us again and coming into our city again, since more than 10 years. Also, we want to bring it back as the capital of the region for services, schooling, hospitals, banking, everything. It's picking up, it's coming back again. But all of a sudden, something happens in Syria, a big war, a lot of refugees come. Now, in an area where the population is about 500,000, the city of Zahli is about 150,000, but our region is about 500,000. We have as much as 400,000 refugees. So you work towards reaching a certain goal, and then something pulls you back down. And then, unfortunately, international agencies and UN Habitat come and talk about integration. It's not integration. Integration, when you get some 1 million people, put them in England or in Germany, where you have 80 million. But over there, it's a new society coming up. We don't know what kind of society is going to be, but it's not going to be integration. This, we are working hard to preserve our heritage. We are working hard to work towards what we believe in, and we are working hard to help these refugees in such a way that they can live in a decent manner and in a very short period of time go back to their country. Our future is very important for us. We are working to be a city of attraction, a city that is a magnet to the area, and that's what we want to preserve, and I hope we can reach, with all our problems that we have, I hope we can reach our goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all your presentations. Thank you to all the mayors and mayor representatives for all these interesting presentations. I think we can agree that all of them were enlightening about some of the best practices that cities from all regions of the world are following and how they are committed to implement the 2030 agenda for sustainable development and the new urban agenda. We will now move on to one of the main moments and outcomes for the Mayors Forum, a joint declaration by the UNESCO Creative Cities Network mayors, which highlights the common commitment and the common pursuit for sustainable urban development through culture and through creativity. Therefore, I would like to invite all mayor representatives to come to the stage for a final picture, for a photograph that can take this moment for posterity. So right now, I would like to ask the Deputy Mayor of the city of Enghien-les-Bains to read for us this joint declaration of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network Mayors.
Yes, we want you to. That's why they're bringing it back.
For it better, no?
It's better.
For you.
No, no, you say.
Yeah, I know. You have nice weather, both. Yes. Ah non, mais in French, not in English.
This is in English?
Attends, non, donne-moi en français. Ah non, j'ai la demoiselle là-bas qui l'a.
Sorry, but
Attends.
confusion.
Voilà,
Lo siento, pero
está perfecto.
Sí,
Funcionó bien de todas
funcionó,
maneras.
vale.
Gracias.
Voilà, tu vois, je vais en plus petit. Plus petit. Mesdames et messieurs, vous voudrez bien excuser le maire d'Enghien-les-Bains, mais il avait une grande obligation. Donc j'ai le plaisir, en tant qu'adjoint à la culture, de faire la déclaration des maires d'Enghien-les-Bains, la 11e réunion annuelle du Réseau des villes créatives. Donc Enghien-les-Bains en France, entre le 30 juin et le 2 juillet 2017, nous, les maires des villes créatives de l'Unesco, rassemblés à Enghien-les-Bains, France, du 30 juin au 2 juillet 2017, à l'occasion de la 11e réunion annuelle du Réseau des villes créatives de l'Unesco, RVCU, affirmons l'importance de la culture et de la créativité comme des moteurs essentiels d'un développement social, économique et environnement durable et levier de transformation. Nous souhaitons remercier l'Unesco d'offrir aux villes membres l'opportunité de participer aux discussions internationales sur la culture et le développement durable et de valoriser à l'échelle internationale leur expérience et les solutions innovantes qu'elles proposent. En cohérence avec la dynamique internationale en faveur du développement durable, en particulier le programme de développement durable à horizon 2030 et le nouveau programme pour les villes, nous soulignons le rôle stratégique de la culture et de la créativité pour construire des villes inclusives, sûres, résilientes et durables, et la nécessité de mieux valoriser le potentiel de la culture pour concevoir des espaces publics de qualité, stimuler la régénération urbaine et renforcer la cohésion sociale ainsi que le développement culturel et intellectuel. Nous renouvelons donc notre engagement en faveur de l'énoncé de mission du réseau et poursuivrons nos efforts pour intégrer plus étroitement la culture et créativité dans les initiatives, politiques et projets conduits à l'échelle locale, afin de faciliter la mise en œuvre du programme de développement durable à horizon 2030 et du nouveau programme pour les villes en partenariat étroit avec l'Unesco. Reconnaissant le rôle central des villes et gouvernements locaux dans les politiques de développement urbain, nous réaffirmons le potentiel stratégique des villes membres du RVCU pour promouvoir des politiques de développement urbain sensibles à la culture, offrir un laboratoire d'innovation et partager les bonnes pratiques à l'échelle internationale. Nous encourageons les villes membres à renouveler leur engagement en faveur du réseau et de l'Unesco, à mettre en place les dispositions institutionnelles nécessaires et à intégrer pleinement la culture dans les politiques publiques pour faciliter la mise en œuvre active du programme du RVCU et la diffusion à l'échelle locale des principes fondateurs du réseau. Nous approuvons pleinement le nouveau cadre stratégique qui reflète la vision collective du réseau et nous soutenons ces objectifs stratégiques de mettre en valeur, à l'échelle internationale, le potentiel d'innovation des villes membres, d'assurer une croissance harmonieuse du réseau, d'améliorer sa représentation géographique et de garantir sa pérennité financière. Nous réitérons notre engagement à renforcer la coopération entre nos villes membres pour faciliter le partage de bonnes pratiques et stimuler l'expérimentation croisée et l'innovation. Et nous nous réjouissons de l'amélioration de l'équilibre géographique au sein du réseau. Enfin, reconnaissant la nécessité d'assurer la durabilité financière du réseau, nous remercions l'Unesco pour son engagement financier essentiel en faveur des activités et programmes du réseau, et nous nous engageons à contribuer financièrement dans la mesure de nos possibilités respectives. Nous saluons et acceptons l'élaboration et la mise en place opérationnelle d'un mécanisme de contribution annuelle simple et efficace pour encadrer la contribution des villes membres dans le but d'accompagner la mise en œuvre du cadre stratégique du réseau. Je vous remercie de votre écoute.
Thank you very much. So with this special moment, we can conclude this Mayor's Forum session, wishing you a very productive and meaningful last days of this 11th UNESCO Creative Cities Network annual meeting. We'll now have a 15-minute coffee break before the next session. Thank you very much.